Greetings, peace and love. Sister Alexis of Divine Notary and Notary Wellness Mentor. Wanted to do a video on no signs. So I just came from an appointment, and usually I think in all the years, in all the signings, I only had a handful of no signs. Usually I'm either good at persuading them or it just kind of works out, and I usually don't have a lot of no sign. So what is a no sign? A no sign is when you have been scheduled and appointed as the notary signing agent for a particular job, and you show up to the job, the clients show up to the job, but they're unhappy with the paperwork, and maybe you're not able to get to a resolution, and so they don't sign. So that's what a no sign is. So for a no sign, usually you will still get paid for a no sign. It's not the full fee, but you will still get paid. This is something that you may want to find out while you're signing up to the company. So when you've applied to work for them, they usually will have all of that information specified. Read all the fine print. I suggest that you print out all of their manual, their procedures, what have you, and just keep a file for them. I like to do that, and then when I get checks, those pay stubs go into that file as well. Then that way you know. So you won't get surprised when, the 15th comes and you didn't get paid on the 15th, because that's not how the company works. Knowing the terms, my mother goes through this a lot, and if some of you know that my mother is my partner, and when I first started this process, I signed up on all the companies for her. She found one of the really good ones, but I pretty much signed her up on all the companies because my mother was not going to do that. So someone had to do it, so I did it for her, whatever. And then I signed myself up, and so on and so forth. These companies will get out of sometimes paying you. I mean, it will happen. It hasn't happened to me. It did happen to my mother. She had an issue one time where it was kind of her fault, though. Part of our duties as signing agents is to confirm the appointment. You have to confirm the appointment. If you don't confirm the appointment and you show up and they're not there, whose fault is it? It's yours. You have to confirm the appointment. It's part of our duty. So for instance, like me, I just went to an appointment. I did everything I was supposed to do. The specialist did not do their part. She didn't call back, and when I did call the client to confirm our appointment, she wasn't available, but I had previously confirmed the appointment a week ago. So I knew that she knew of the appointment, but I wasn't sure if she was going to sign because of the issues that she had about the documents, which is okay. So in this case, because they always tell you if there's a problem, call them immediately before you leave the table. So I did do my due diligence, and I did call who I was supposed to call. I left a message. I spoke to a manager to see if we could rectify and make an amendment to what the client wanted. But no one had the authority, jurisdiction to do so. And if they don't, I definitely don't. So the paperwork couldn't be signed. I'm not sure if the specialist is on, I feel like she's on vacation and no one is telling us, because the client stated that she had called her last week and didn't get a call back. And I hate that she's, and the client is not, and then it's kind of like, ugh, and then I show up and they're like, well, she didn't call me back. And I'm just like, oh gosh, now they're associating us all together. You know what I mean? So try to be on your P's and Q's, when you are at these appointments. So because I did my part, the client did their part, it's the company's issue. So I will get a $50 no sign fee. And I said earlier in my video for a loan modification that I did for 100 is actually 110. And so I will get if they decide to hire me for the job, once the paperwork has been amended, then I will still get the $110 that they offered me in addition to the $150. That's when you like, I don't want to shake the phone too much, but that's when like you do your shoulder roll on that one. And that's just how it works. Some companies will give you a print fee. Some companies will give you a no sign fee. Some companies won't give you anything. You just have to know what company will do what. People sometimes will ask me, well, what about the like for general notary work, what should they do? And I usually say that's a mentor call. So if you want to know, because this is not just one answer, if you want to know what you can do if you are a general notary or acting as a general notary and you have a no show, no call, what should you do? Or a no sign, what should you do? Definitely book an appointment with me. In the description box is the link to my Calendly schedule. You can go to my schedule, see when I'm available, see what works for you, and you can pay through the app, right through the app, and book with me and pay me all through that one system, and then it'll come up on my calendar, and then I will call you at the scheduled time. And that's usually how my calls work. And then you're also, what I think is the caveat, is that you can get invited to my Notary Wellness Mentor Facebook group, and that's only for paid members, where you are linked up with other paid members, mentees, and it works out nicely. If you utilize the system the way it's supposed to, meet and greet with individuals, chit chat them up, see what they're doing, look at their comments, and just be active in the group, I find that you'll have more benefit. But if you're just kind of like shadowing it, just kind of looking at it and not being active, you may not get the full gist of it all. But that's usually, that is part of your $29 because of the PayPal fee. And honestly, I'm leaving it at that fee for a little bit longer. Once my Notary Wellness Mentor online Facebook, once my online school is launched, and I know I've been saying this, y'all, but it is so close to being finished. It's just, I just need some support on some last minute things, and because I'm busy, because it's not my strong point, it's just taking me a little longer. But the good thing about it is when it's time for me to open an additional school, it should be really easy breezy, but I'll still need support because there's some certain things that I just don't like doing. And because I don't like doing it, it's taking me longer to do, but I've done so much, so it doesn't make any sense to stop now. So yeah, that's how it works, y'all, for no signs. If you are a signing agent hired through a signing agent company, you will get a no sign fee or a print fee, or you may not get paid at all. So just know the terms before you agree to anything, and don't be afraid to ask questions. An individual who gets a phone call from a company, oftentimes I've been hearing rather that you all get afraid to ask questions when you have someone live on the phone and then you try to call back. Don't call these people back. There's something in little writing that states don't contact them, and you don't want to break any rules or regulations because they're going to look at you sideways and wonder what else you break, what other rules you break. So be mindful of that, but have some system put in place, because it wasn't far for me, but to run out there and to come back and you've printed, it's just like, I want to get paid for this. I'm sorry that you didn't agree to the terms, but I still need to get paid for this time. And I usually always get paid. I never have any problems. And again, like I mentioned, my mom did have that one issue, but it was her fault because my mother does not call to confirm her appointments all the time. And yeah, she paid for that one. So she had to eat those costs. And I think she kind of went far for it too. But that is how it works. So make sure you know the terms before you say yes to an appointment, or even before you show up to the appointment. Know what your options are for getting paid. All right, y'all. Peace and love. Talk to you later.